Hey guys, Ricky here. You want to get a taste for how out of touch Pete Hegseth and the MAGA cabinet is with reality? Get a load of this article from The Guardian. It's mind blowing. So, Hegseth denies the Iran war is a quagmire as costs to the US hit an estimated $25 billion. Pete Hegseth denies that the U.S. Israel war in Iran, which the Pentagon estimates has cost the U.S. at least $25 billion, is a quagmire. He denies that. These people who claimed that we were going to be in and out of that place in 3 weeks, and we're $25 billion in the hole, and we're still not even close to being out. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed. Gas prices are skyrocketing. Inflation is through the roof, and the price of everything that has to do with anything oil or petroleum based is rising. He says it's not a quiet. If this is not a fumble and a complete mess, then I don't know what is at this point. Okay, he claims critics of the operation posted a greater threat to the U.S. Oh my God. Hegseth came under pressure to set out Washington's strategy for the conflict as he appeared before the House Armed Services Committee on Wednesday for a marathon hearing alongside General Dan Kane, chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The U.S. Defense Secretary, listen to this. Like I said, this just goes to show how out of touch these people are. The U.S. Defense Secretary asked lawmakers to approve 1.5 trillion in military spending. To trillion. Just to get an idea, what is the U.S. national debt? Let's get an idea of how much we're already in the hole. What 39 trillion, and you want to add another 1 trillion to that. And like I said, I would have no issue with it if it was something good, like, I don't know, making higher education free for everybody, or having universal health care, or making sure that we end child poverty, or ending the homelessness crisis, or putting everybody to work. But it's not. It's just killing more innocent people in a war that no one asked for, in a country that never attacked us. It's just perpetuating the idea of war so that we can continue to feed the military industrial complex. And that's what it turns into, because these people, they're not conservatives. They're just conservatives by name only. All they are warmongers. All they are people who want to make your lives actively worse. They're just in bed with the billionaires, soon to be trillionaires, the corporate oligarchs, the people who are running AI, the people who are running the tech corporations, the people who are controlling the oil, the people who are controlling the economy. That's all they're in it for. And they want to line their own pockets with that money. And the voters who put them in office, they can all kick rocks. They don't care. They never did. They act like they do, but they don't. You can't tell me that you care when you want to continue, when you want to call yourself a conservative and you want to bring down the cost of, you know, you want to bring down the national debt, because that's all they cry about. We can never afford anything. We never no tax paying working people, the middle low income people in this country can never afford anything because we can't afford it. We don't want to inflate the national debt. Yet, when it comes to starting a war, which no one asked for, let's write a blank check. When it comes to asking Congress for funding, let's not do it for the tax-paying community. Let's do it for the military-industrial complex. $1.5 trillion in military spending for a war that we don't need, for a war that nobody asked for a war where no one attacked us, is the absolute definition of insanity. It's not doing the same thing over and over and over again. If that's the case, then I would say that insanity is voting for Trump over and over and over again when he's ran 3 times and he's done nothing but continue to tank the country, tank the economy, continue to create a divide between races, between class warfare, and harming this country to its core and showing its flaws and exploiting them for his own good. And I don't know how else to. I don't no one's going to take accountability, no one is. I know there's segments where you can watch the news, you can watch the Daily Show, you can watch interviews with people, or you can get TikTok shorts, or you can see small little Instagram videos where Trumpers are saying, "Oh, you know what? I regret everything that happened." That is such a small percentage. These people are ride or die. They're never going to admit that they're wrong. They're going to have to be pulled. And honestly, the people that voted for Trump at this point, they're gone. They're done. There's no reasoning with these people. There's no pulling them over to the light. There's no, dragging a horse to water and making it drink. It's over. Their brain is cooked. It's done. There's no point in rationalizing with these people. And as far as the people in office that are Trump's cabinet, unless Trump gets mad at them enough to fire them, they're stuck there. And we're stuck with them. So the only way is we're going to have to, like I said, in midterms, we're going to have to make sure we vote people so that we protect ourselves, the working people of this country, the majority of people in this country, protect ourselves from these monsters, because they're gutless and they're never going to admit that they're wrong. They're never going to admit that they're the problem. They're the toxic boyfriend slash girlfriend in the relationship, and they're never going to admit that they're wrong until you finally either, they put you in the hospital or you get the hell out of the relationship. And we need to get the hell out of this relationship. So anyway, guys, that's the video. If you like it, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, I mean, that's what this dislike button is for, right? To my 12 people that watch the video, thank you so much. To my 20 subscribers, what would I do without you guys? And if you want to see any more, there's tons of other videos on the channel. Thanks.